Hi everyone. Yay, I got it to work. I'm on YouTube. I was having some issues yesterday getting on live inside the Wholehearted Woman platform, which is such a bummer because I want to be able to rely on that. But welcome to day 2 of the Nourished and Free Challenge. I feel so much better being on my phone, being on YouTube, and that you guys can all see me, hopefully. Hello, hi Rhonda, welcome. Yay, you're here. So I'm glad that people are able to find me and see me. Today is day 2 of the Nourished and Free Challenge, and we are going through our part 2 of our inventory. So we got some big ones today, especially the one around how you talk to yourself. So as we get into the next few days of the challenge, you're going to be learning more about, number 1, your sabotaging behaviors, number 2, how to set habits that stick in the future. You're going to be learning part of my system to do that. I'm also opening up a group program, an 8-week group program to take everything that we're learning during this challenge much further so that you can solidify and build habits that stick long term. These are the same exact steps that I use in my life when I want to build new habits. It's the way I've built stopped emotional eating. It's the way I've built my journaling habit. It's the way I've built my meditation practice and my yoga practice and all the things that I do to support myself, because the habits we have today are a direct dictator of the future we will have. And you want to remember that whatever you're doing today is going to dictate your future. So if you're eating not great food, you're not exercising, you're sitting on the couch every night drinking wine, those things are going to dictate your future. So you want to be focusing on things that are going to help you change your future for the better, right? So sometimes as we get older, it's harder to change our habits, and change in general is always difficult because our ego gets really caught up in not wanting to change, and it will do anything it can to sabotage us, which I'm going to go into more tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a big one. The day 3 of my challenges are always the really big one, where I kind of like get into the meat of what we're doing here and dismantling the things that keep us stuck. Because I think a lot of us, we have those good intentions around the habits we want to build, but then we don't stick to them. So we're going to be looking deeper at the why and what's behind that. And there's always some belief that keeps us from actually sticking to our habits. Plus, we don't have the right system to build our habits consistently. We often do it the wrong way, which again, I'll talk more about tomorrow. So today, you're going to look at your behaviors or habits around exercise, which ones are helpful or hurtful and why. You're going to look at your habits around your phone and electronics. This is a big one. I have a lot of clients who spend a ton of time on their phones playing games or numbing out at night, just scrolling, doom scrolling social media. That's what we call it now, doom scrolling. You're going to look at your behaviors before bed. So what is your bedtime routine like or not like? What would you like it to be? What are you doing that's good? What are you doing that's not so good that you are noticing is affecting the way you sleep or the way you wind down? And then how you talk to yourself. So this is a habit within itself that comes from a limiting belief. So we want to really look at how we talk to ourselves. What are the habitual things that we say over and over? Do we tell ourselves we're awesome and good? Probably not. Most of us have a difficult time doing that. So I want you to really take some time and look at what are the habitual things I say to myself over and over. Like if I make a mistake, what's the first thing I say? You stupid, blah, 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 or God, you're so dumb, or whatever, right? We all have these kind of natural things that come up that are so habitual, sometimes we don't even recognize that they're there. So this is going to be your day 2 work. It's, we're just going to go through these 4 categories. Sometimes my brain just like not as sharp as it used to be. Anyway, not sure what that's about, but I'm working on stuff around that. And so then I want you to post inside the Wholehearted Woman what this process was like for you, going through the day 1 and day 2 inventory of your habits. What was it like? What did you notice? How did you feel? So Lynn, one of the participants, I apologize for the noise, there's some trucks going by. One of the participants, Lynn, posted that she noticed that her morning routine is, even though it's kind of slow, she realizes she procrastinates in the morning so that she doesn't have to do her self-care. And then she feels rushed the rest of the day. So I thought that was a really great insight into what she's noticing around her morning routine and how it's not supporting her. So tomorrow we're going to get into the sabotage, and we're going to start to look at our behaviors that cause sabotage, what we can start to do to shift them. And days 4 and 5, we're going to be going even deeper into that, and then also learning more of my system around how do we build new habits consistently? What does it take to stay consistent? Because that's where we have most of the problem, is in our consistency. Again, we have good intentions, right? There's a lot of us that feel like we want to do things for ourselves that are healthy and good and feel good. And yet when it comes to following through and building consistency, that's where things become the hardest for us. And it's really good to kind of take an overlook at your life. I mean, we're looking at all of our daily habits, which is part of what we do in our day-to-day life. But also, do you have some dreams or some things that you desire that you've just kind of let go of, right? Where are you in your life? Like, do you feel like you're actually living your life and you feel intentional and mindful and joyful in your life? And I'm not saying joyful in the sense that you have to feel happy all the time, but do you feel like your life has a sense of purpose? Do you feel like you have some passion in your life? Do you feel like there are things that you are doing that are supporting the well-being of yourself, plus being of service in the world, so that we can make a difference? I think a lot of us want to make a difference, and many of us are just kind of sitting at home on the couch and like, what am I doing? You know, I have a lot of clients who come to me and they don't feel like they have much purpose. And so building new habits also, you know, when we build habits, I want to say this because this is something that's really, really important as we go through these next, you know, the remainder of this challenge. Our life values are one of the most important things when it comes to building our habits. And I believe on day 5, I talk a little bit more about that. And I've done workshops around life values, but our life values are really where we build habits from. So it's important to know what our life values are. Like, one of my life values is connection and community. So like, I need to build habits around that, right? And that means weekly dates with my friends. It means monthly gatherings with like dinner gatherings. It means going out in the community and having, you know, going to a spiritual event like a sound bath or a satsang or something like that, that really nourishes me, where I can build connection and community. And I have to build that as a habit. It has to become a habit. Otherwise, I will never do it. Right? So I've learned to build those things in, and I often have standing appointments or dates, not really appointments, but dates with my friends. You know, every Friday I hike with my friend Jess. Every Wednesday we play volleyball with 2 other girls. Every Monday I go to yoga. So I have these things that I've built into my life that are now habits. And it's important that that's how we're building the consistency, which again, I'll get more into in the next few days together. So a couple of the prizes for people who are engaging, showing support, posting in the Wholehearted Woman. I just want to say, before I talk about the prizes, I just want to say that I know it's hard to be on a new platform. It's kind of like, where am I? What am I doing? And so, you know, it really is like a Facebook group. It's just a little different because I have courses in there. It's a membership platform that you're actually getting free access to for this challenge. And so I know that there's a lot of things going on in there, but right now I'm focused on the challenge. So everything that you want to find will be posted in the main feed. So you might have to scroll a little bit. I'm trying to put each day's post as a feature. So when you go on, it should be featured in the column top. There should be some photos in the column across the top where it says featured. and you can find everything there, or if you scroll down, because what happens is when someone comments on a post, it automatically kicks it up to the top. So then, like, if someone commented on yesterday's day one post, that one's going to go on top and it's going to bury the day two. So you might have to scroll a little bit, but to be honest, Facebook groups are like that now too. They've changed so much. It's hard to find things in there. And this platform actually allows us to stay off of social media and gives us a great space to connect with other women that are in my membership platform and also that are in this challenge as well. So I know it might be a little bit frustrating at first, but just hang in there. Yesterday I had a little bit of a hard time going live, so I'm doing everything through YouTube now, which you can access directly through the Wholehearted Woman platform under each day's graphic under events, and just show up live. And I will email out the link every day too, so that you have the link and you can just go to the link directly for the live. So prizes, I'm going to be giving away on Friday a copy of my favorite oracle cards that I use every day, the animal spirit cards. They're amazing. I'm also going to be giving a copy away of one of my favorite books. I'm not going to tell you which one that is right now. I'm going to surprise you on Friday. And I have one other bonus prize that is in the works, but it hasn't come together yet. So it's in the works, and hopefully by Friday I will have that solidified. So the way that you can win is that the more you participate, you're going to get your name entered into a drawing, and it's going to be a random raffle on who wins these prizes. So make sure you're participating. I'm keeping track. I'm taking note. I'm looking at everybody's participation and what they're posting and all of that, and I'm keeping track. So make sure that you're participating so that you can be entered into the raffle to win prizes. And the mailman's here and slamming the gate. So I live downtown in Santa Barbara, so sometimes there's some busyness going on and my office is right in the front of the house, so I apologize if there's any noise that you may have heard. So that's it for day 2. Make sure that you go through your worksheets, take the time to go through each of the 4 categories, then post how it was for you under the day 2 post in the Wholehearted Woman group, and let us know how it felt to do this process. Show up here tomorrow, or if you're here to watch the replay, that's great too. I'll send out a link, but show up tomorrow, same time, same place. We're going to be getting a little bit more into the meat of this challenge, into the deeper stuff that's really going to help you start to build that foundation that you need to build consistency. Okay, everyone, thanks so much for joining me today. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day, and I got to figure out how to stop this video. All right, bye now.